Getting back to the story with Rodney and the bikers and the deal he made with these barista girls. Apparently, Rodney indicated it was 15 grand out of their account. That was their entire savings. So I talked with Officer McKeans years later, and apparently a kilo of coke is 18 grand. So we might assume that there was another person in on the deal. From Rodney, from his mouth, he was there. He said Mexican guy. And then after the coke spilled, they waited and they called a guy, or the guy was there, a guy named John. And the guy named John was a hard guy that they listened to. And he instructed them to get into a prayer formation on the bus floor. And they decided to use the drugs there on the bus floor, in the prayer formation, acting as if they were in prayer. And apparently, from Rodney, he said there were some Portland druggies that got in on it. So whatever that means. But Rodney was cussing like maybe 350 or more times within a minute and a half. He was totally freaked. Anyway, they got towards the next bus stop, and apparently they just brushed the remainder of the drugs out of the bus to try and cover it all up. Later, I guess they were in a feud with these bikers. And Rodney claimed to have had a rifle aimed at this guy named John. And Rodney was an ex-Army sniper. I don't think he would fabricate that. And the problem I have is I feel like I was framed into it somehow. And even one of the officers I spoke with tried to ask me, was it you that spilled drugs on the floor? Was it you? You know, officers are cheese dicks sometimes, but, you know, I still have to try and respect them. They're the authority. And that's who I went to. I went to the authority after I knew they were never going to solve this. Now this dude, John, is living over with my dad, and so are these two barista girls. And I don't think the cops give a dang other than it was 18